Hi, folks.
I forgot to get a guitar. Or did I? Stay tuned.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
Ro, it's working and lurking. Michael Schwartz, Barbara, Randy, Paul, Rosanna, David, Lee, Phil. Am I going to do all the talking tonight, Marshall? What's up?
Well, it sounds that way, or it looks that way. It's probably the less I say, the better, I think. But where's that guitar?
Well, the less I sing, the better. I'm sorry, guys, or maybe I'm not sorry because I get to hear more of Marshall. I lost my voice, and I know what you're thinking. How can you tell? But I could feel it. I could feel my voice isn't there. I have a bad cold. I'm getting over it. It's I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a big deal, but if I would try to sing anything outside of super low Bob Dylan, Tom Waits, really drunk Tom Petty might work, but not really. I don't have any range. I don't have any air. Just dumb head cold. Nothing serious. Nothing to be complaining about. But what you get from out of this is a professional chat reader. I've promoted to supervisor, and you're going to hear nothing but Marshall all night long. And who could argue with that? One of my favorite lines, Blazing Saddles.
I'm waiting to see how many people vanish from the chat after hearing that.
Well,
I have something better to do with my time tonight.
YouTube, so you're only good for a couple more seconds, but you time.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to do my best to soldier on in Maury's musical absence, and maybe we will run a little shorter tonight than usual. But hey, let's look at the bright side. No mashup.
See? And it's worth noting, I called Marshall and I said, should we cancel? He said, what? How dare you? So thank you, Marshall, for doing the heavy lifting officially tonight.
All right. Well, tonight's going to, since I get to do the music tonight, tonight's going to be heavy on 60s stuff, and this is part of it. And by the way, the stuff I opened with was a medley of finger-picking tunes by Mississippi John Hurt. And he, without knowing it, was one of my teachers. He was one of the guys who taught me how to play guitar. I learned off his records. Here we go. Here's some more 60s. Well, the taxman's taken all my dough and left me in this stately home, lazing on a sunny afternoon. And I can't sail my yacht, he's taken everything I've got. All I got's this sunny afternoon. Save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama who's trying to break me. And I love to sit so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, lazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. Well, my girlfriend's run off with my car and gone back to her ma and pa, telling tales of drunkenness and cruelty. Now I'm sitting here, sipping at my ice-cold beer, lazing on a sunny afternoon. Help me, help me, help me fade away. Now give me 2 good reasons why I ought to stay. 'Cause I love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, lazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. Oh, save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama, she's trying to break me. And I love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, lazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime.
Here's what's going to happen. You are not expected to put that guitar down and 3, 2, 1, get into the next song. I know as well as anyone, it takes a couple minutes to get your next thing ready. You got to catch your breath. I'm not going to provide comic relief. That's Chris. What am I going to do? I'm going to talk to the chat for a moment, and I do want to invite you guys. Here's the thing: you have twice as much of an effort from me reading the chat because I'm not busy playing my songs or tuning up my guitar. But you have 50% of the staff here at Martin vs. Martin playing the requests, so you can't expect to get all your requests done. But I want to invite you, if you want to ask for something that's reasonable, that Marshall knows how to play, and that I like it, feel free to throw it in the comments, throw it in the chat, and that should be just about enough time, judging by his body language, that Marshall might be ready for his second of 33 songs tonight. What do you have coming up on deck?
That's right. I want to acknowledge a request from last week. I think it was from Phil. I might be wrong about that. It was for Penny Lane. Phil, sorry, that one is, I think, beyond my level of playing. So maybe it's something for me to aspire to. Maybe I could try it, but it's not going to happen tonight. Here is one of the newer songs that I'm going to perform tonight. I think it came out in the 70s. It was on a James Taylor album. It might have been Gorilla. It might have been In the Pocket. Not sure. It's called Wandering. I've been wandering early and late from New York City to the Golden Gate, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. My daddy was an engineer, my brother drives a hack, my sister takes in laundry, and the baby balls the jack, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. I've been in the army, I worked on a farm, and all I got to show is the muscle in my arm, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. My ma, she died when I was young. My daddy took to stealing and he got hung, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. Snakes in the ocean, eels in the sea, I let a red-headed woman make a fool out of me, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. I've been wandering early and late from New York City to the Golden Gate, and it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering. And it don't look like I'll ever stop my wandering.
Mississippi John Hurt taught you how to play guitar, but he didn't know it. Tonight, you're teaching me how to guitar, and you do know it.
Well, sorry for all the harumphing there, folks, and Maury. I guess Maury has transferred some of his illness to me from Coaldale.
That's that damn Ethernet.
All right, let me cue something else up here.
You know what? Speaking of requests, I would be remiss if I didn't try to meddle or mash up two shows. We're talking about some song requests here while Marshall, wow, I can't even talk, this cold so bad. While Marshall gets his next song ready, John Washburn put a request in for a show topic on that other show, Martins and More with Spoon Phillips. And the last time I saw Marshall on this screen, we were podcasting with our buddy Spoon. Watch for maybe 2 or 3 weeks down the line, possibly. No later than a month from now, you'll see the top 20 female artists, according to Maury and Spoon and Marshall. It was a lot of fun, and it's going to be on the airwaves sooner than you know it. Thank you very much, John Washburn, for the request. That's Mondays on YouTube, but today's Tuesday. Today's Martin versus Martin, and Marshall has another song ready.
Yeah, that was fun to do, Maury. All right, I'm going to go back to the 60s for this next one. This is a song that I learned for this show, so we'll see if I can pull it off. And there's an interesting background to this song. This was the first hit for Peter and Gordon. It's called A World Without Love. It was written by Paul McCartney. It was credited to Lennon and McCartney, but it was written by Paul back when Paul was living on the third floor of the Asher House in London, back when he was dating Jane Asher, Peter's sister. Subsequently, Paul wrote another song for Peter and Gordon called Woman. It was their last hit, but it was published under a pseudonym, Bernard Webb. And the idea was that everybody said, oh, sure, Peter and Gordon had a hit because they had a song written by the Beatles. So he tried to write one that nobody knew was written by him, used a pseudonym for that purpose. And it wasn't as big a hit. In fact, it wasn't as good a song, but I'm going to do the first one. Please lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. Birds sing out of tune and rain clouds hide the moon. I'm okay, here I'll stay with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. So I wait, and in a while I will see my true love's smile. She may come, I know not when. When she does, I'll know. So baby, until then, lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. So I wait, and in a while I will see my true love smile. She may come, I know not when. When she does, I'll know. So baby, until then, lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love.
Don't care what they say, Jim Bailey's here. Jim, you just missed it. We played a real serious game of rock, paper, scissors. I lost, and Marshall gets to play all the songs tonight. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Oh, man.
If you're just joining us, this is Martin versus Martin, a.k.a. Marshall versus Marshall. Going to give Marshall a couple extra seconds to get the next song ready. I am battling a head cold, and I sound better than I feel. I feel okay, but I can't sing tonight. And I know what you're thinking. That doesn't stop me any other week, but shut up. I get to play when I want to play. I get to rest when I want to rest. And it was funny. I kind of gave Marshall an easy out when I replied to an email this afternoon telling him, let's wait and see how I feel, if we should maybe cancel the whole show. And he said, we will do nothing of the kind. Step aside. I got this. And he does. I'm a little bit afraid to see if I even have a job next week, but that's for later.
Let's see. Can I say this on the air? What a bullshitter. All right. Let's see. So that was a faux Beatles song. This is a real Beatles song. When I wake up early in the morning, lift my head, I'm still yawning. When I'm in the middle of a dream, I stay in bed, afloat upstream. Please don't wake me, no, don't shake me, leave me where I am, I'm only sleeping. Everybody seems to think I'm lazy, I don't mind. I think they're crazy, running everywhere at such a speed, until they find there's no need. Please don't spoil my day, I'm miles away, and after all, I'm only sleeping. An eye on the world going by my window, taking my time, lying there and staring at the ceiling, waiting for a sleepy feeling. Keeping an eye on the world going by my window, taking my time, lying there and staring at the ceiling, waiting for a sleepy feeling. When I wake up early in the morning, lift my head, I'm still yawning. When I'm in the middle of a dream, stay in bed, afloat upstream. Please don't wake me, no, don't shake me, leave me where I am, I'm only sleeping.
I'm a little frazzled today because I went to the psychiatrist and he accused me of being a kleptomaniac. At least that's what it says in his notebooks. Anyway, he also accused me of being schizophrenic. But the joke's on him because I don't have a psychiatrist.
At least he wasn't sick.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, first of all, that was one of my favorite Beatles songs, and I know you can't say that because you like too many Beatles songs for anybody to take you seriously if you say you have a favorite. And I do think it's only prudent that since I'm doing the behind the scenes, I'm doing the reading the chat, I'm reading things like, oh, I don't know, upper respiratory going around, wife was sick, I got sick, hacking up, big green loogies, gross. I want to hear more details about that, Jim Barely. And I want to go back to the favorites. These are the 4 songs so far we've been requested. When I say we've been requested, I mean I saw them and you have to do them. Any songs with a 12-string guitar, says Dennis. Mom says Pie Guy. John Washburn, 60 songs. How about Inagata Davida? I don't know, show me Inagata Davida for John Washburn. And Gilgamesh, sucker for a melody and lust for a lyric. Anything that fills those requirements, appreciated. I think she's been satisfied 5 or 6 times already. So.
Well, there will be 12-string, so that's coming up. Pie Guy is a possibility, Barbara. Although I may substitute a different
Marshall composition for Pie Guy with your approval or permission or indulgence. But I just played I'm Only Sleeping, so it seems to make sense for the next song to be When You Awake by the band.
Ooh. I like where you're going with this.
And no, this wasn't really planned.
Oli told me I'm a fool, so I walked on down the road a mile, went to the house that brings a smile, sat upon my grandpa's knee. What do you think he said to me? When you wake, you will remember everything. You will be hanging on a string from your... When you believe, you will relieve the only soul that you were born with to grow old and never know. Oli showed me fork in the road. You can take to the left or go straight to the right. Use your days and save your nights. Be careful where you step and watch what you eat. Sleep with the light and you got it beat. When you awake, you will remember everything. You will be hanging on a string from your... When you believe, you will relieve the only soul that you were born with to grow old and never know. Oli warned me, it's a mean old world. The street don't greet you, yes it's true. What am I supposed to do? Read the writing on the wall. I heard it when I was very small. When you wake, you will remember everything. You will be hanging on a string from your... When you believe, you will relieve the only soul that you were born with to grow old and never know. Wash my hands in my water. I got a date with the captain's daughter. You can go and tell your brother we sure gonna love one another. Whoa. I may be right and you may be wrong. I ain't gonna worry all day long. Whoa. Snow's gonna come and the frost's gonna bite. My old car froze up last night. Ain't no reason to hang my head. I could wake up in the morning dead. And if I thought it would do any good, I'd stand on the rock where Moses stood.
Very nice, Marshall. I have a question. What tuning is it? Marshall, what tuning is that song in?
It's actually in a standard tuning, but dropped down a whole step,
But not drop
as
D?
was the song before it. No, it's not drop D. Well, D is the sixth string is tuned D, but the relationships of the notes are the same as in standard tuning. Everything, all strings are dropped down a whole step.
That was very cool and a little bit deceiving. I am, admittingly, I'm looking at the chat a little bit, but I'm really watching everything you do in the hopes that this will be the week that if this happens the other way around, I can play a lot of songs I don't get to try. But I do want to take this opportunity to thank you guys for bearing with us. A lot of incredibly famous people on the internet, like both of us, wouldn't do the show if one person canceled. Thank you very much, Marshall. I'm joking about us being famous, but I'm very, very happy that you didn't want to pack it in tonight. And I'm not up to singing, but I'm having a great time listening. So.
Well, thank you. That's great. So I got a comment on John Washburn's request for anything, Inagata Devita or anything by Iron Butterfly. I don't know whether John is a UMGF member, the unofficial Martin Guitar Forum, and read my post the other day. But I posted the other day about a very odd occurrence, two seemingly completely unrelated stories, and I'll do it quick. The first story is when I was a teenager, when I was a senior in high school. I was a drummer, and I filled in for another band in a big gig that they had. I was asked to do so, and I had never played with them before. The band was called The Unknown Radiation, and I didn't know these guys. One of the guitarists was a friend of mine, so that's how I got the gig. And since it was a big deal, I decided to borrow a friend's drums to add to my set. We both had the same finish on our drums, so they looked the same. And I had a monster set, double bass drum, tom-toms all over the place, because I knew they were going to be doing In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, and that was going to be the big number. And alas, I was not used to playing double bass drums and really screwed it up royally. Got through the rest of the gig okay, but that was that. And I never heard from The Unknown Radiation again. And as I say, I didn't know anybody in the band. Flash forward at least 50 years, maybe 51 years. And I fell in with a group of guys jamming with these folks locally in the Philadelphia area. And, had a good time jamming with these guys. And one of them was named Mickey. Didn't know him at all, but, he was pretty cool, a good guitar player, not a bad guitar player. We played some stuff, and we exchanged contact information, and so I had his whole name. And the other day, I just happened across the business card of The Unknown Radiation. I'm a pack rat. I save these things. I had this business card. And I see Mickey's name on there. Same name, same last name, Leone. And I'm thinking, couldn't be. Could it be? How many Mickey Leones are there? It turns out, I contacted him. It turns out he was the drummer of The Unknown Radiation who couldn't make that gig. And I filled in for him. So John perhaps saw my post about that on the UMGF and is why he's suggesting In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Not going to happen, John. All right, 12-string. This is a nitty-gritty dirt band song. And this is about a cross-Canada train ride. And I'm not going to be taking a cross-Canada train ride, but I am going to be going to Western Canada with my family this summer, taking the whole family to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary. All aboard in Montreal, I heard the conductor call, and that old engine heaved a sigh. Suitcases and shuffling feet, found my way to a window seat. I love to watch the world go by. Made friends with the family, bound for Sault Ste. Marie. They said goodbye at Sudbury Junction. Guess I hated to see them go. Thought about them as it started to snow. Time stops for nothing and no one. This train keeps rolling along, from here to the great beyond. Black smoke and pistons churn, steel rail and the big wheel turns. This train keeps rolling along. Across the endless prairie land, the mighty buffalo used to stand. The Cree and the Blackfoot lived and died. Up the Rockies, nestled in trees, fell in love with Lake Louise, smiling with her sparkling emerald eyes. This train keeps rolling along, from here to the great beyond. Black smoke and
pistons churn, steel rail and the big wheel turns. This train keeps rolling along. Soon we'll reach the sea and there I'll stand, with nothing but blue between me and Japan. Now I'm at the end of the line, out of track and out of time. The conductor makes his final rounds, but all the people and places past went by just a little too fast. How I wish I could slow this engine down. Well, this train keeps rolling along, from here to the great beyond. Black smoke and piston churns, steel rails and the big wheel turns. This train keeps rolling along. This train keeps rolling along. This train keeps rolling along. Keep on rolling.
Outstanding. I've never heard that outside of the really, really small piece you gave us as a sound check. That's an excellent. Somebody asked for a song with anything with 12 strings. They didn't specifically ask for one of the best songs with 12 strings. That was really, really cool. I like that.
Oh, thank you.
And I have to give you
Thank
a couple seconds to get your next song ready while I can't resist anytime this comes up. Michael wants to know, are there any Princess Bride fans out there? And Mom's watching, but I'm not sure if she's watching from Sam's house. I have to tell this really quick story. And if Samantha ever gets a podcast, she's going to tell so much stuff about me that I have to be ready for it. Sam, my youngest sister Sam, was talking to my bass player, Nick Roberti, one time about movies. And the subject was something about the merits of a good movie or why this is great, why that's not. And Nick must have been talking about something. And Sam said, oh, I don't like movies at all that are like totally fantastical and could never happen in real life. Totally like way out there. I don't like that kind of stuff. So Nick says, well, what are your favorite movies? And Samantha says, and I quote, The Princess Bride and Spaceballs. Sorry, Sam. I have to think of that when anybody mentions that movie. So.
Wait a minute. Spaceballs didn't happen?
Before the end of the show, Marshall, are you going to give us your Inigo Montoya impression, or is that next week?
I'm going to give you my Dark Helmet impression.
Looking forward to it.
All right, I'm going to stop singing for a while, give you folks a break.
Maybe I should have played that stuff all night instead of singing. Too late.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to do that.
Keep waiting. Damn You Fingers will be all over that song.
Damn You Fingers?
Damn You Fingers.
Yeah, well, I had some Damn You Fingers there too. Let's get this capo arranged properly.
Uh-oh, Phil's getting Princess Bride and Father of the Bride mixed up. That's weird.
Okay. Well, that last song was a 21st century song. I'm going to go back to the 60s now. And this is one by an American group called the Beau Brummels. Let's see how many of you older folks remember this one. I hate to say it, but I told you so. Don't mind my preaching to you. I said don't trust him, baby, now you know. You don't learn everything there is to know in school. Wouldn't believe me when I gave advice. I said that he was a tease. If you want help, you better ask me nice. So be sincere, convince me with a pretty please. Laugh, laugh, I thought I'd die. It seems so funny to me. Laugh, laugh, you met a guy who taught you how it feels to be lonely, oh so lonely. Don't think I'm being funny when I say you got just what you deserve. I can't help feeling you found out today. You thought you were too good, you had a lot of nerve. Won't say I'm sorry for the things I said. I'm glad he packed up to go. You kept on bragging he was yours and said, found you don't know everything there is to know. Laugh, laugh, I thought I'd die. It seems so funny to me. Laugh, laugh, you met a guy who taught you how it feels to be lonely, oh so lonely. Before I go, I'd like to say one thing. Don't close your ears to me. Take my advice and you'll find out that being just another girl won't cause you misery. Don't say you can't get any boy at your call. Don't be so smug or else you'll find you can't get any boy at all. You'll wind up an old lady sitting on the shelf. Laugh, laugh, I thought I'd die. It seems so funny to me. Laugh, laugh, you met a guy who taught you how it feels to be lonely, oh so lonely, lonely, oh so lonely.
Gilgamesh says you were 14 when they played this. Did you kind of have it in the back of your mind? You'll probably be playing it for each other across the internet in 2024.
You know, I'm having a little trouble hearing, so if that was a question to me, please repeat it.
I wondered if Gilgamesh, she said you guys were 14 when they played that song. Back then, did you have a kind of a decent idea that you probably will be playing this song for her across the internet in 2024?
Absolutely. Never mind the fact that she was in Portland, Oregon, and I was in Philadelphia at the time. We met in college at University of Pennsylvania. But sure, yeah, I knew, right? Let me tune a little bit, folks. The capo always throws things out.
That's a great segue for me to go back and take some inventory. 3 more requests to speak of. Randy C. says, My Sweet Lord. Lee says, COVID Blues. And John Washburn realizes that Inagata de Vidas is too time consuming. How about just A Day in the Life? Keep it easy. I'm glad I'm not playing
all
this
right.
week.
Yeah. A Day in the Life is one of those songs that I have to prepare. I have to spend a little time working on that the week before. And
up,
also, it scares the neighbors. All right, let's see. This one's for Lee. I guess it's timely again. You know, people are getting COVID all over the place. It's another gorgeous spring day. The azaleas are in bloom. I'd like to take a walk outside, but I'm stuck here on this Zoom. And the tap room's round the corner, and I'd like to get a beer, but I'd risk getting infected, and so I stay right here. Oh, Mama, can this really be the end? To be stuck in Philadelphia with the COVID blues again. The people in my neighborhood, they're dropping just like flies. I venture out for groceries, hurry home to sanitize. And that fellow in the gator, which he's wearing as a mask, don't he know that that won't cut it? I think, but dare not ask. Oh, Mama, can this really be the end? To be stuck in Philadelphia with the COVID blues again. My next door neighbor asked if he could stop by for a score, but he just tested positive, so I dropped it by his door. And ivermectin's hard to come by, even more than blow. And hydroxychloroquine is useless, not that I would know. Oh, Mama, can this really be the end? To be stuck in Philadelphia with the COVID blues again. I managed to get vaccinated, 2 shots and a boost. But Joe did his own research and he's stuck with Jamba Juice. And now he's on a ventilator, fighting for his life. He passed on Gates's microchip, that's what he told his wife. Oh, Mama, can this really be the end? To be stuck in Philadelphia with the COVID blues again. And he said, hey there, Mr. Bureaucrat, won't you listen to my voice? You can take your mask and shove it. My body, my choice. So before you tell me what to do, please be more circumspect. Live free or die's my code, no matter who I might infect. Oh, Mama, can this really be the end? To be stuck in Philadelphia with the COVID blues again. Well, I'd like to be there with you, but I'm concerned about my health. My physician's recommending that I keep to myself. And you say, oh, come on now, sail over in your little punt. Your doctor just knows what you need, but I know what you want. Oh, Mama, can this really be the end? to be stuck in Philadelphia with the COVID blues again.
You're gonna do this whole thing yourself. Very nice.
Never again. Thanks.
I am impressed. I am appreciative. Boy, this could have gone so many different ways tonight, and I'm so glad I went this way. Thank you.
Well, I always have fun doing this. I miss you, Maury. I even miss the mashup.
I do too. I was gonna ask you, do you want me to put it up, and I would just like put you between screens where when the battery dies, I just flip you?
I think that won't be necessary.
No?
All right. Oh, there he goes.
I think you're right.
He's irrepressible. All right, I'm going to do something I have no business doing. This could be a train wreck. But I sense that I'll be forgiven if it is. More 60s.
I'm starting to like this. Very nice.
Oh, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, maybe one more, okay?
If you do one more, then you did take it the whole way. I kind of gave a little bit of a hint in the middle of the show during some of the comments. Don't ask this guy to do a whole hour. Get your request in early. I was wrong. You nailed it. You really did. I'm trying to make you chuckle. I'm trying to be cute and clever, but I really want to tell you to your face, excellent job. Thank you for holding it down, and I look forward to you not running unopposed next week.
Well, thank you very much. It really has been a pleasure. And let's see, let me cue up another song. Barbara, sorry I didn't get to Pie Guy. I'm going to play this one instead. And it's a good song to end on. Thanks, everybody, for being so kind and generous to Maury and me tonight. You know, we really appreciate it. Now that I'm a retired guy, look forward to doing the show each week even more than I did before when I was a busy working attorney. But having less to do gives me more time to try to find some songs to bring to the table. I like to bring at least one new one each week. So done that. Here's an old one. Thanks again. Hope everybody has a great week. And let's do some cuddles and hums.
Clem and Clementine dug each other big time days on the assembly line. Nighttime making love so fine, not much in common, but they could burn down the bed. Now 30 years have passed, Clem is running out of gas. Evening sitting on his ass, most nights he just takes a fast. Can't raise the dead, the whole subject leaves him down in the dumps. You better like one another, cause it ain't all cuddles and hums. Tommy and Tina met at the casino, won a week of wages, tied the knot in Vegas. Mr. and Mrs., but they was missing the point. Didn't take long, what was right turned very wrong. They just couldn't get along, they both sang a different song. Somewhere along the way, they both lost their jump. You better like one another, cause it ain't all cuddles and hums. Well, he might look cute in his birthday suit, but after a while, you may not give a hoot. And she may seem lots of fun and think that she's the one, but in a few more years you might wonder why the hell that you thought so. Oh no. Christopher and Leslie Ann fell in love at Wesleyan, bought a home in Darien shortly after marrying. Soon after that, they both got a case of wandering eye. Now he's got a girlfriend, she's got another man. He moved to New Haven, she's up the road in Meriden. The perfect couple, but now they both look like chumps. You better like one another, cause it ain't all cuddles and hums. Well, you might think, boy, am I in luck, but after a while, you may not. And he may seem lots of fun and think that he's the one, but in a few more years you might wonder why the hell that you thought so. You and me, we're still as happy as can be. 50 years next anniversary. Somehow we made it and kept the fire alive. Seems like we've been on a marathon date, even now as we both disintegrate, making our way through life's pleasures and lumps. You better like one another, cause it ain't all cuddles and hums. You better like one another, cause it ain't all cuddles and hums.
Thanks again, everybody. We will see you next Tuesday, and we'll both be playing for you then. Get well, Maury. Bye, everybody.
Worst episode ever.